All right, y'all. We got another cat coming to the stage from Howard University, the pride of Memphis, Tennessee. Everybody put your emojis up. Make it loud for Howard University's own Richard Douglas Jones, y'all.
Before I get started this evening, I wanted to shout out all the beautiful black faces in the room. This is the most black people I've ever seen in alt space, and it is beautiful. And I believe all of you are black. And the reason I believe all of you are black is because some of you aren't, which just leads me to believe that even in the world where there are no consequences, you choose not to be black. Like you, like ain't no police here. Like you, like it's motherfuckers that would rather be blue and not be like that. Like I think, I think I figured it out. I think the real reason why they don't choose to be black is because they don't give them dicks. Before I go any further this evening, I want to do a couple of things. Give it up for your host, Black Ray Romano, this evening. Give it up for him, because that show what the fuck he sound like. He is like, hey guys, you eat chitlins? I like chitlins, eh? Yeah. Great, yeah. Yeah, Whitey, am I right? But in all seriousness, like like you've been saying, it is Black History Month. So I do want to take a minute to have a moment to remember the life of Mr. George Floyd. I think that's important that we remember George's life. George is a very, George Floyd will go down in history because George Floyd was the first civil rights icon with a sex tape. And I think that is important. Those of you all that don't know, there is a George Floyd sex tape. And I, for one, find that quite refreshing because there was a bunch of stuff I found out about George Floyd after he died and it made me sad. I was like, he left a 6-year-old daughter behind. He used to help kids get out of gangs. Did you know George Floyd survived the coronavirus? So I find out all of this shit and I'm sitting in the corner and I'm like, God damn. And it's like George Floyd has a sex tape. And I'm like, oh, word? Where do I get that? Look, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this, right? If you, as a man, feel inadequate about the size of your dick, do not watch the George Floyd sex tape. I am not saying Mr. Floyd was well hung, but she definitely said I can't breathe. She did. She definitely said that shit. Just like I'm lying, there is a George Floyd sex tape, and the bitch did say I can't breathe. Okay, she said I can't. I feel it in my stomach. I can't breathe. Okay. I'm like everybody else here, just trying to find ways to entertain myself now that we can't go out for real no more. And I think I did it. I think my new favorite hobby is smoking weed and going to the bank. That's my new favorite. But like you can't go into the bank no more, right? So like I go to the drive-through and they send a little thing down, right? And then I take like a big hit and I blow in there and I send it back up to them. And then watch the hilarity ensue. Like I hear them on the other side, and they're like, "Sir, we done told you not to do this no more, sir. Can you send your like?" They gave me $100 in quarters the other day. It was like had a friend that's like, "Quit hogging it, bitch, sir." That's what I had to do now. I had to, you got to make your bubble. And I don't know about y'all, but the most important person in my bubble is my weed man. Look, shit, I talk to my weed man more than I talk to my own child. I mean, she's 4, so you know, whatever. But like, you know how it is. Like when you go over to the weed man house, like you can't just go to the weed man house to leave. You don't know who the fuck watching that nigga house, and so you got to sit there and you sit there and talk for just a minute, and then inevitably he gonna roll one, and you gonna turn that shit down. That's just polite. You know what I'm saying? So next thing you know, my weed man's in my bubble. I'm just saying. Judge your mammy. Oh my God, weed man in the bubble. Oof. Oh boy. Yeah, everybody. I'm like everybody else. I'm tired. I've been watching a lot of porn, like everybody else. Like I realized I was watching. I realized I was watching too much porn when I start critiquing the sex. You ever do that? You ever been watching porn and been like, God damn, I got them same throw pillows. Let me find out. These nasty motherfuckers shop at IKEA. This is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. I have very strong opinions about porn. Like my least favorite part of porn is like the interview. Like I hate the interview. Like don't nobody care about you as a person. Like this ain't what I came here for. Like what are you like you ever get one porn and it's like all interview and like just at the end she like flash her pussy real quick. It's like you motherfucker, you had me sit through this shit just for this. This is fucking terrible. Trifling bitch. Oh my god. I turned 40 recently. That's been fun. I didn't talk about turning 40 for a long time because I do stand-up comedy and I'm around a bunch of 20-year-olds and I realize that I don't give a fuck what they think because they all broke. And so plus plus 40 means something completely different from what it meant. Like, okay, look, I'm gonna give you an example. Like my dad's 70 years, he's in his 70s now. He turned 40 years old in 1989, right? And the theme of his party was over the hill. You know what I'm saying? So like we had a rocking chair and I decorated it with cobwebs and there was a fake novelty cane. Like basically the theme of the party was happy birthday, get ready to fucking die. Right? That was the thing. So that's what I went into going to 40, not realizing that 40 is now the age where people decide to get their shit together. Like I cannot tell you how many 40-year-olds I've met. It's like, man, nigga about to turn 40. Let me go and quit drinking. Let me go. Nigga about to turn 40. Let me go and get my shit together. Like, that's what 40 is now. Like, my dad was like, oh my God, I'm over the hill. And now people turn 40 and they're like, shit, nigga, this ain't nothing but halftime. That's all this is. Like, and so, like, that's what happens now. So now you get a bunch of in shape ass 40-year-olds. I know because I'm one of them. Like, started doing CrossFit because the doctor was like, get in shape or take a handful of pills for the rest of your life. And I was like, I guess I got to get in shape because otherwise I was walking around with pills like sunflower seeds, like, pills. So I had to get in shape. So I started doing CrossFit. If you have never done CrossFit before, don't. Do not. CrossFit is Latin for bitch maker. Like, look, you gonna understand. Like, you go in, like, look, you as a man don't know what it's like to meet a woman half your size and twice your strength. Like, you don't know what that does to see a woman 5'3" throwing up 300 pounds. Like, what's the problem? Why you tired? And it's like, bitch. But you stay with them because their kegels are amazing. That's what you do. Look, I got with a CrossFit bitch. She made my dick look like a super toothpaste. You understand? Had to quit messing with them. I had to quit messing with them. So now I'm in a relationship. I'm in an interracial relationship, and she's Native American. And like people like, how you end up with a Native American woman? I was like, because I was sitting around talking shit one day, And I was like, I don't think there's anybody in this world that could be more distrusting of white people than me. And she was like, want to bet? And I was like, bitch, I love you.
Yo, that's good. Oh, yes, that's good. Oh, yeah.
That's so good.
I will say this. If you are like, if you're the black person in an interracial relationship, you have responsibility. Your chief responsibility is to teach your significant other about wash rags and lotion. That is what you have to do. Like, have to teach them about wash rags and lotion. It's just like, oh, now I see why white people believe in trickle down economics, because that's how they bathe. Like, white people don't wash their legs. Like get a fucking washcloth. Like, hit that hole just all. I know you can't see my legs, but you know I got them all the way down. Like, people are like, black don't crack, nigga, because it moisturizes. Okay, look, a glass of water and a jar of Vaseline will change your fucking life. Shit. So yeah, now I deal with being 40. Yeah, it's just weird. Like, here's the thing: if you all don't know and you all are young enough to actually not be 40, look, here's the thing: people lie to you about getting old. Like, the first thing they lie about is what's the first thing to go. They're like, your mind is the first thing to go, and that's bullshit. The first thing to go is your knees. Your knees are the first thing to go. And it's real quick. Look, you wake up in your 20s and throw the covers off and you're ready to take on the day. As soon as you hit 30, you wake up one day and you just wake up and just start putting your feet over the side of the bed and rubbing your knees for like 20 minutes. That is your life, and you groan and make noises like, you say old man shit like, feel like it's gonna rain today. Like, the worst part about that is that some days it ain't. Is somebody on the goddamn phone? Who on the goddamn phone? I don't even want to tell that joke no more. Who on the goddamn phone?
Sorry. My bad.
We all heard it. Like, we all fucking heard it. Just decided to have a whole ass conversation.
Sit up in your bed. Phone shit. That corny ass ringtone.
I'm gonna talk about something else. I'm gonna talk about something else. They killed the premise with they broke ass default setting ass T-Mobile ass phone. Anyway, who here has pets? Show of hands. Who's got pets? Who's dog people, cat people? Where y'all at? Who got them? Yeah. I'm a dog person. I am. Like, I had a dog for a while, and like right before all of this started, he died, and like I was real sad about it. And I was like, damn, I want to get another dog. And like all my friends were like, get a shelter dog. You gotta get a shelter dog. You gotta get a shelter dog. Get a shelter dog. And at that moment, I realized that I had way too many white friends. Like, I don't like shelter. Why was I going to a shelter? Like, I found my last dog. Like, fuck you mean? I was going this way. He was going this way. I was like, come here, boy. And he came. It's my goddamn dog. But like, I moved to a nicer neighborhood and it don't be no strays. So since, tricks ain't walking, so I went to the shelter. And where I live in Tennessee, they charge at the shelter. And I was like, hey, yo, let me holler at you real quick. And I talked to the lady and I was like, yo, do y'all have any like, you got like, okay, look, you got like a scratch and dent section, like, you know what I'm saying? You got like a clearance track, and she's like, right this way. And so she takes me in the goddamn back, right? She takes me in the back and she opens it up. and it's just all these fucking afflicted ass, garbage pail kid ass dogs. And I'm walking around, and I find this one dog, and we bond. It's weird. We bond. It's this little dachshund, right? He ain't got no back legs, but we bond. Like we bond. And the lady was like, would you like to play with him? And I was like, bitch, how? And she was like, well, we have this specially made wheelchair for him. Okay, we're gonna strap him in and he's good to go. I was like, shut the fuck up. And sure enough, she strapped him into the wheelchair and she played. And I was like, this is it. This is my man. This is my dog. We're gonna be together forever. I'm gonna name him Xavier, like on the X-Men, and we're gonna be together forever. Let's roll. And so I get ready to leave, and she's like, okay, well, I have to tell you, it is an additional $300 for the wheelchair. I said, what? She said, as I said, it is specially made. I said, well, then I guess I won't be calling him Xavier. I will be calling him Goku. She was like, why Goku? I was like, bitch, because he's going to be dragging balls. And she was like, get the fuck out. That's it for me, y'all. Richard Douglas Jones. Good night.